A federal lawsuit is dismissed involving the Mulva Cultural Center in De Pere and its exhibit provider. The De Pere Cultural Foundation filed action against Exhibits Development Group in 2024, claiming the company breached its contract with the center when key parts of some exhibits weren't delivered and others didn't make it at all or were changed significantly with little warning. The exhibitor denied the claims and says it couldn't deliver one exhibit because of terror attacks in the Middle East. Federal court filings indicate both sides agreed to the dismissal at the end of December, and the Mulva also announced last month that it's changing its structure, announcing it would no longer charge admission for exhibits and the majority of its films.